Welcome, friends, to the Confused Breakfast, the podcast where we hit pause on the chaos of today and rewind to a simpler time when it wasn't about convenience, it was about the experience. Remember the magic of a Friday night trip to the video rental store? Yep. Wandering the aisles, making the big decision of what movie was coming home with you. We're all part of the last generation that knows the joy of the search, the snap of the plastic clamshell, and we're here to revisit the movies that shaped us and defined our childhoods. My name is Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, two dudes who packed it in and enrolled in detective school, Slippery Sean Pryor and AJ Vendetta Vens. How the heck are ya?
I'm very good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Vendetta
Vens, baby.
Makes me feel good.
Slippery, you can't get me.
Yeah.
They try, but whoop.
Don't cross me, otherwise you'll be caught in the vendetta. Get you.
Yeah, my name's
Now we're good.
I'm just Money Mike or something like that.
Money Mike.
Money Mike.
Money Mike.
He's the banker.
The bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I got nothing.
Well, boys, on today's episode, we discuss the 117th highest rated movie ever made, according to IMDb. This movie was nominated for 10 Academy Awards and won an astonishing 7 of them. When the dust settled after its release, it became the 4th highest grossing film in history at that time. Arguably the greatest heist comedy thriller ever made. We're, of course, talking about 1973's The Sting.
Well, dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with The Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Well, if you are new to this podcast, we're going to be reviewing this movie scene by scene, talking about it with a modern eye, but we like to start with nostalgia. We're going to go to AJ. AJ, tell us the first time you saw the movie The Sting and what your nostalgic rating was about it.
Oh, man. When I was like, The Sting, yeah, let's go. George Clooney, Brad Pitt. And then I was like, oh, it's not Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, let's talk about Matt Damon and stuff. Oh, it's not Rounders. Oh, shit. I don't know. I've never seen this movie, guys.
Dang.
Shocker? Really? I mean, it's not a big shock, but I was excited that we have the opportunity to do it, because I have heard of the movie before.
Sean, what about you? NA for AJ.
NA for me.
Dude, it's the rare trilogy of NAs, and what I don't understand is how I've never even really heard of this movie. I was never shown this by my parents. When somebody said The Sting, I was like, no clue what that's about. So it's weird how sometimes movies do fall through the cracks a little bit, but I'm grateful that we were given a shot to basically be forced to watch this.
I think I liked Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid so much that I just didn't even move on to this, and I didn't know that it was going to be more of kind of the same, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we do have an executive producer on the show today. I believe Michael Giuliano was the one that chose this part of his executive duties.
Wow.
He says, I remember it was the summer of 2008, the break-in between graduating high school and starting college. A whole free summer where I had nothing to do besides work, play video games, and work some more. One of the last classes I took senior year was some sort of film study class, and we watched the usual fare you'd expect: Psycho, Run Lola Run, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Cool Hand Luke, my first Western. So now, having graduated and matured, I figured it was high time to spend the summer expanding my palette and using my free time to watch some more movies I've never seen but heard good things about. So I walked into the newly opened Target around the corner from my house, ransacked their DVD section, and walked out of there with Hot Fuzz, Big Fish, Iron Man, The Prestige, and The Sting. Nice. All movies of high culture and significance.
Damn.
So I spent the summer blowing through that pile of movies, with most of them unsurprisingly winding up on my personal best movies of all time list, because we know everything as 17-year-olds.
Yes.
But I really was surprised by how much I liked The Sting. I remembered thinking I would rather have watched that than Butch Cassidy in film class.
Whoa.
Slow, methodical, and with more twists and turns than I'd ever seen, and an actual hopeful ending compared to that sepia-toned bummer.
True.
Overall, I liked it way more than I expected to, and when it was time to ship off to college, it was one of a dozen or so DVDs that I shoved into a carrying case to watch on repeat throughout the semester, although I could never convince anybody else to give it a shot. Nostalgically, a 7.75. So this is one of those beautiful movies where we get to give it pretty much our first watch, modern day reaction to it. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Same.
Well, we're going to strip away all of Michael G's nostalgia, and we are going to go to Sean for important details in the movie. Set this up for us, Sean. What do we got to know before we get into it?
Produced by Julia Phillips, Tony Bill, and Michael Phillips. Written by David S. Ward. He also wrote Sleepless in Seattle, The Sting 2, which I hear don't do.
Like
Major
the
League.
Stink. Got him.
Major League and Major League 2. He wrote those as well. Cinematography by Robert Surtees. He also lit The Graduate, The Last Picture Show, and Ben-Hur. I've heard those are good.
Okay.
Music by Scott Joplin, edited by William Reynolds, directed by George Roy Hill. He also directed Slapshot, The World According to Garp, Slaughterhouse-5, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
It's like he's got a theme here.
Pretty good, yeah. Cast: Paul Newman, Robert Redford, Robert Shaw, Charles Durning, Ray Walston, Eileen Brennan, Harold Gould, Dana Elcar, and Robert Earl Jones.
Oh.
The script for The Sting was actually sitting in a pile of unproduced scripts, pretty much making it a blacklist script for quite some time, until a producer at Universal discovered it and pretty much bet his entire career on it. Rob Cohen said if you get some major stars and a major director and put a budget behind this script, it could win awards. I'd argue that if you did that with any movie, it has potential to do that.
Well,
yeah. Writer David S. Ward was inspired to write the script after researching pickpockets and con men. In particular, the book The Big Con, which had characters sharing the same name as characters in the eventual movie, that of Charlie Gondorf. This would come back to bite the production a bit, as they were sued for plagiarism and had to settle out of court.
weird.
Jack Nicholson was offered the lead role, but turned it down to pursue Chinatown and The Last Detail instead. Nicholson admitted that he knew the role and the movie had potential to be a big hit, but thought the movies he decided to do in place of The Sting were more interesting. Paul Newman signed on because he needed a hit, as his previous films were some duds. Robert Shaw took the role of Richard after Richard Boone turned it down, and having just suffered a racquetball injury, the limp he has in the film is real, and director Hill thought it added to the hardened unpredictability of the character of
Sure
Flanagan.
does.
Yeah. Director George Roy Hill wanted the film to be reminiscent of films of the 1930s in look and feel, that he didn't want to even cast many extras because the films back then, starring like James Cagney, the character would be shot in the street with no one around, so that's the approach that he took. Director Hill and cinematographer Surtees approached the look of the film to have more of a muted brown color and maroon tones to the film, making that 1930s look, but also a modern touch of the early 70s. The film was mostly shot in the Universal backlot, with some shooting taking place in West Virginia and Santa Monica Pier, and of course the Union Station in Chicago. The Sting was released on Christmas Day in 1973 and on a budget of $5.5 million. The film made $257 million at the box office. It garnered 10 Academy Awards, winning 7, including Best Score, Best Editing, Best Costume Design, Best Art Direction, Best Original Screenplay, Best Director, and Best Picture.
Well, thank you, Sean. Next, we got to go to AJ. We got to find out what the critics and fans have to say about this. What do you got?
Well, sometimes you wish you could tell it to sit down, shut up, and just try not to live up to all your expectations you already have. It's the Tomato Meter.
Gross.
Well, not too gross, not too terribly great, not too terribly awesome. 93% certified fresh.
Per the critics, of all the movies we've done, tied in the 28th spot with Terminator 2, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Alien. Per the critics.
Per the critics, per the popcorn meter, that's a 95% and an 8.2 on IMDb.
Of all the movies we've done, 8.2 for the fans, ties with The Thing, Die Hard, and Snatch. That's pretty high up there.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Following suit with our last week's entry, a lot of hundreds out there, a lot of positivity surrounding this movie. Obviously, as we just said, Roger Ebert coming on in, might as well get his opinion on it, right? Chicago Sun-Times. The style here is so seductive and witty, it's hard to pin down. It's like nothing else I've seen by Hill, and at times it almost reminds me of Jacques Tati crossed with Robert Altman. It's good to get a crime movie more concerned with humor and character than with blood and gore. Here's one, as we say, for the whole family.
Okay.
We've got Andrew Pulver at The Guardian. The Sting is the most purely enjoyable film in Oscar history.
Damn.
And that, I think, puts it in the most valuable American filmmaking tradition of all. Here we go, guys. 2 out of 10. Somebody had to hate this movie at least a little bit.
Somebody.
Okay, Julius Lang was that person in particular. I think quite a lot of films are more liked than they should be, but they're necessarily overrated. This is one of them. I am in complete denial as to how this thing won Best Picture over something more innovative to film like The Exorcist or American Graffiti or even Enter the Dragon. All of these would have been a better Best Picture than this disgrace. Why is it so terrible? It's incredibly boring. I'm not easily bored. I've seen at least 50 movies longer than this. Great. And was captivated through the whole film. 60% of this film is just characters giving exposition. 5% of the jokes in this so-called crime comedy are actually worth having a chuckle at. 0% I laughed at.
Okay.
Crime comedies are probably my favorite genre, but I'll stop comparing this to other films and just focus on it.
Okay, good.
That'd be great. If you want to kill your ears by hearing The Entertainer every 10 minutes, watch this trash. The acting is incredibly bland and subpar, and the fact that as of writing this, it is the 116th highest rated film ever made. It's totally absurd. Maybe the only thing holding it back from 1 star was Paul Newman being occasionally cool. If you want a better use of 2 hours and 9 minutes, go watch Dead Poet Society. What a random way to end it.
Yeah.
Dead Poet Society? I mean, yes, it's a good movie, but maybe that just has a runtime of 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Man, I know he said he doesn't want to compare the movies to any more crime comedies, but another crime comedy could have been a good recommendation
Yes.
to
But
watch
he said
instead.
he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do that.
Well, I'll just say Dead Post Society.
Yeah.
It's close.
I'm
There we
in
go.
college.
I'm not following my own rules. How about 1 out of 10? This puppy did not age well at all. This movie is so bad. This is a 1 out of 10, by the way. I really don't like the story or acting. It's overrated in my humble opinion and makes people fall asleep. Sorry. Watch The Social Network instead. Watch a more current movie. You know, it's in the 70s. It's kind of old, so I just didn't think it was worth it.
Yeah.
Right, Mike?
Pretty
Someone
cool,
said that before.
Somebody has said that before.
Watch a new movie. Just say that. Like this movie just makes no sense because it talks about things that are boring and not fun.
Unlike Flubber, which I love. Go watch that movie.
The only interesting part was the naked woman at the beginning.
Okay.
If there was more of that, this could deserve a 2 stars review.
Was there a naked woman at the beginning?
I don't remember.
I don't know what's
I
going
think
on.
we're talking about the same movie.
No.
But even that, you can't make me love it. It's one of those movies you have to be crazy to enjoy. The part where they steal the money is predictable and dumb. It's the whole movie. What are you talking about? I've seen Barney produce better feature films.
Oh my god.
Have you ever seen The Count of Monte Cristo? This is worse. See, you've lost all credibility
you
with me
literally
now,
lost
too.
everything.
You fucking idiot. Can you imagine? Stay away. Stay far, far away. Ooh, got
Save
him.
somebody, man.
Got him. Well, let's go to some people that we actually really enjoy.
Yeah, go to patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. Sign up to support the show. Many amazing tiers, many amazing perks. Top perk, Little Lebowski Urban Achievers. You get to write your reviews for movies we're doing, have them on air. Who do you got today?
Boom. Guys, we've got Scuba Steve in here. I remember the first time I saw The Sting was back in the heyday of the DVD era. I fell in love with its charm, its writing, and the performances, specifically Robert Shaw. One of the greatest movie watching joys of my life, though was seeing The Sting in theaters for the first time for its 40th anniversary.
Nice.
It was pure magic and solidified it as a top 10 to 20 movies of all time in my list. No movie is perfect, but this one is awfully close. I still even brush the side of my nose from time to time without even realizing it. Walter Fielding jumped on in. He said, The Sting was Ocean's 11 before Ocean's 11. And yes, I understand there was the original Frank Sinatra Ocean's 11, but it's nowhere near as charming as The Sting. I saw this at a time in my life when I was infatuated with the ultra-violent action movies and gritty crime dramas, Tarantino, Scorsese, Tony Scott, Michael Mann. So when I sat down and watched this, I couldn't get over how much I loved this utterly charming kind of comic heist movie with the goofy soundtrack. The way it all comes together in the end is so satisfying. It feels like they not only pulled off the perfect con, but possibly a perfect movie.
Damn.
Well said, sir.
Nice.
Well said. That's it.
You ever think about how fun it'd be to absolutely ruin someone who deserves it, but like in a classy way?
Yeah.
You know, not with violence or yelling, but with a smile, a bow tie, and a fake mustache.
Huh.
That's The Sting. It's got fake FBI agents, phony horse races, an elaborate con, and more suits than a men's warehouse. We got Redford in peak handsome scoundrel mode, Paul Newman literally boozing in a carousel, and Robert Shaw limping through the whole thing like he's one bad bet away from moving to Amity Island to be a fisherman. This isn't a heist. It's a perfectly choreographed magic trip of a movie that you can't turn away from. So before you try running your own horse race scam, let's sit back, admire the pros. Here we go. So in 1936, Joliet, Illinois, con men Johnny Hooker and Luther Coleman swindle $11,000 from a money courier connected to mob boss Doyle Lonigan. After they're all done celebrating, they are found out by Lonigan, who retaliates by having Luther killed and orders a hit on Hooker. Hooker flees to Chicago.
This is fucking unbelievable. This got me real good.
The con?
Yeah.
Dude, thank you. Continue.
Yeah,
'Cause I agree with you.
Well, first of all, it sets the tone for the entire movie because it's also hilarious because he's like, hey, the guy, he gives it to the other guy. He's like, hey, what makes you think he can do it? He didn't do fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
I picked up the wallet.
It just establishes the tone right away. And then when it does this switcheroo, man, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Sean, the first
Yeah.
time I'm watching this, I'm going, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why would he be giving this money to this guy? He's gonna get conned. And it completely scammed me.
Yeah.
But then the best part is the second time you watch it, you're like seeing through their acting. You're seeing their acting of the scam. And you feel even worse for getting scammed the first time because it's so fucking obvious. It's incredible.
Yeah.
There's something about these movies. So, Mike, you made a comment last week about how sometimes you're just like old movies. You're just like,
It's old.
it's old. So what do I need to watch it for? And
If they haven't remade it, then it's not worthwhile.
it's not worth my time. Okay.
God damn it.
But this is like one where, and it's a 1970s movie, based in 1936.
Yeah.
Right.
7, I think.
And they play it up very well. You know, like they make me believe, like I feel like it's like made in the 1930s
the
to a degree.
costumes mostly. Didn't the costume win the award? I mean, the look of it and the costumes are incredible.
And then the way that they kind of start these movies out, like with the wipes across the screen and stuff, and the players, and they're directed by, whoa, there's this and that. Like it's very much set up like an old timey kind of a movie. And then, yeah, you get into this, and it takes me a moment. Like, I'll admit it 100%. Like, I definitely will be one of those people that, like, it takes me, I'm like, okay, I got to get past the grain. I got to get past, like, the old, like, vibes and that kind of stuff, and, like, really try to hone in on what's going on. And then they pull off this little con, and the moment he jumped into the cab, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, that's so dumb. And he opens up the package, and it's all just like random like paper stuff. And I'm just like, oh. And it got me too. I will be right there along with you boys. It got me too.
So good. And him and Hooker and Luther go in like the alleyway or whatever, and start like, and they're buddies. And like, just it keeps unraveling itself as you get to know these characters, like a con, I guess. It's almost like we were just conned out of a kind of stationary scene, pretty much. And I'm thankful for it, obviously. But through con, we get to know our characters, and it's really, really, really smart. And it's crazy how this script was just buried in Hollywood.
It's incredible.
And they just dug it up, and it's just like, yep, 10 Academy Award nominations. Fucking
well,
Christ.
and half of it said it was done correctly. You could have had this script and done it poorly.
Oh, yeah.
But man, like Robert Redford in particular really reminds me of Brad Pitt in the Ocean's movies.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
The way he's kind of a little bit of aloof in everything, but he's good at what the things he does. The way he's always eating, it seems like in this movie. Man, I laughed out loud when Robert Redford threw the suitcase at the guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Running
yeah.
away like, to stop him.
Dude,
Nailed him.
took him right out.
His physical comedy almost in this is underrated, kind of like Brad Pitt's physical comedy is underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very cool comparison to watch this movie thinking that if they did ever remake this in like 2007, like basically Ocean's was, Brad Pitt would be Redford.
Yeah, and I get that a lot, especially after seeing Brad Pitt in like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, kind of done up that way, in that 70s vibe. But I couldn't get over the idea of like how close this is to like Ocean's 11, like how kind of built that way. Because again, at first I'm like, I'm not totally bought in. I'm trying to pay attention. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Sometimes there's a haze over these movies where it's not very dynamic, so there aren't things to like kind of pull you in and out, or make you focus on certain aspects, or like story points. You know what I mean? So you don't get pulled in. You really do have to kind of hone in. But once you get into it, you're like, man, this is like Oceans. There's already been like 3 twists in the first, like, I don't know, 20 minutes.
It's better every time you go back and watch it, like Ocean's is, because you just pick up on more.
Right.
Because they're giving you everything, but you're not always seeing everything they're giving you.
Yeah.
This movie totally, like, every time you go back, it's that much better.
And I get what you mean, AJ, especially like the malaise of an older movie that can kind of wash over you. Like, yeah, there maybe not a lot going on. It's all characterization, and like it's funny that you say that because one of your favorite movies is Rocky, and that's how I feel about Rocky sometimes.
Sure, yeah.
Where I'm just like, okay, come on. I still love it, but what makes me, especially being older, I think if I was 13, I wouldn't be fucking watching this movie.
No.
Being older now and loving these kinds of movies is just watching someone fucking act.
Yeah.
And fucking eat up the screen. And then like the script starts getting their character more into trouble, or whatever happens, and you have to watch this actor fucking act through it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, because you see how smart Redford Hooker's character Hooker is, but then we see how dumb he is.
Yeah.
Like, because we see him, he goes out and buys all this stuff, which he shouldn't do as a grifter. Like, you got money, you got to lay low. He goes to his random girl he's trying to court at the Booby Palace or whatever it's called. But man, then he takes $3,000.
He's very naive. Incredibly naive.
And throws it on Red.
Yeah.
Inflation. Do you know what the inflation on $3,000 is from 1937? I looked it up.
I didn't want to look it up.
$68,000. He put on one color that is not even a 50-50 chance that then gets rigged. And what I don't understand is, how does this gambling button work?
Yeah, no.
What if he had put the money on black?
Yeah. Well, he did. It was black. And
It landed on 22 black, I think.
I thought he said put 3K on black.
I thought it was red.
Maybe lost 3K on black. Sorry. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Whatever. Let's say you put it on red, then he holds the button down to make it land on 22 black.
Mm-hmm.
But what if he had put all the money on black? Then maybe they just wouldn't have allowed the bet, kind of a deal.
I don't know.
It's just I don't understand how that gambling button worked.
I don't either. Like a lot of those things. If there's Now I'm trying to like think my way through it, but there's nothing to think through.
But he's just such an idiot to not only go out and spend all this money, having just grifted, which by the way is one of the largest cons they've ever pulled on somebody. They were like surprised at how much money that they got.
Jesus, we're millionaires. It's 11
and basically they are.
I mean, you got to think about it. It's like what is half of $11,000? And you said that $3,000.
So it's $100,000.
You're borderline $100,000 that you just found.
And then he spends some money. Then he also goes to a place that he knows not really a legit casino that has mobsters sitting in the back that everybody's all confused about. He just is not very smart in doing this action.
Yeah,
100%.
And to add to that like naivete of him. And just like I can do no wrong, and like I'm like pretty much the best at this. Is that he buys that suit? He's like, "What are you getting married, hooker?" What the fuck? And it's I didn't understand this really. There's some things I didn't really get. And was it a button to just kind of shake the table a bit? So it like
no, because they have to be guaranteed that it's not going to land on whatever he wants it to land on.
Sure.
So I think it's literally a button that will make it no matter what land on a particular number. So black 22 maybe always it will land on.
Magnetized,
Yeah, so maybe the mobsters can come in and throw money down on 22 black.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty wild. But it is kind of fun getting to know Luther a little bit better because I think this is an important catalyst of the movie. How loved Luther is. Mm-hmm. So this moment where he goes over to his house, we get to meet his family. We get to understand that he's old and he wants out and this is his last score. Because then by him getting killed, this is kind of the catalyst of the whole movie.
Right.
Which is why everybody gets involved pretty much from here on out is because Luther goes down.
Yeah.
Again, it's a great play. I think back now to thinking into like Ocean's 13.
There you go.
Perfect another example of, again,
they were all out, man.
It's really hard to talk about movies from the 70s without like giving it like the credit of like it walking so other movies can run kind of an idea.
Oh yeah.
And so like I'm never going to refrain from doing that, so I apologize, but it's 100% that. It's like this thing happens to one of their guys and they all love him and they're like, "Yeah, of course we're going to be doing this." Mm-hmm. It's like there's even moments where somebody says, "It's like I can't. I've been out." Well, it was him. He's like, "Oh, I'm in." You know what I mean? There's an instant turnaround, and that's kind of what it is for Luther. And knowing it's like they're all grifters, but there's a loyalty and there's a code amongst these grifters, and it's really great to see it kind of just it happens at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, and we do get perspectives and it's hard to kind of tell people apart, like FBI or like the police and then like the gangsters, because they go to this scene and I don't even know who it is, but it's the guy. He's like, "Get on the phone with New York and get Big Mick, or see what Big Mick wants to do about it." And I like how he's like, "Oh, I got a pretty good idea what he's going to do about it, though."
Yeah,
of course, that kind of shit. What do we think about James Earl Jones Sr. in this? It looks just like him. I didn't realize.
That's his dad?
I believe so.
No.
Yeah, Robert Earl Jones.
Robert Earl Jones.
I think, yeah. I mean, they look and sound very similar.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've got to be related, right?
Yep, there you go. Robert Earl Jones.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's his father.
Which is crazy because he's going to be doing the voice of the ultimate bad guy in
our next movie.
Yeah. And
James Earl Jones.
Like what, a year after this?
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He's great. He's great in this. He does feel like a lovable. We know everyone loves him, but I love him. I only got to meet him for a little bit.
Yeah, his family's super cool. He's like, "You guys are going to church at night?" Or
because they got the new bingo.
Yeah, it's I just love that touch. It's a good characterization.
I also really this moment of like every time it happens so much, and maybe it even happens too much for my liking. of how often Hooker just gets like chased out of places and down a street, and like it feels very like silent film style, like running through the streets and Charlie Chaplin style almost kind of comedy, because there's no music a lot of the time when it happens.
I don't think there's any music other than in the cut scenes to get to the next thing.
And sometimes like there's one time in particular later on where the whole scene starts out where it's just him running, and then it takes like a good solid 2 minutes later, and then the scene continues, and then music cuts in again. And so it's so strange. It's such a weird timing, but it works. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's lucky then, because the way I interpret this is that Detective Snyder, gets to Hooker before Lonigan's guys do. And Snyder's basically like, you're going to give me this money right now, and I'll make sure things are good with you. But then in that act, then that means that Lonigan's guys got to Luther before Snyder could get there. Is kind of how I interpreted that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Which is the only reason Luther was killed and Hooker was not.
Right. And yeah, it's like a weird sort of protection at that point where he's almost tipped off, or like his naivete is brought into check, where he's like, oh, this is real.
We fucked up.
Yeah,
I got to tell Luther.
Luther's dead.
Yeah.
And now I could be too. What do I do now? You know, I'm in this fucking stupid ass flashy suit. I'm such a mark for them.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. How'd you get that suit? Oh, I did not steal a bunch of money and spend it immediately.
It's like
What?
Goodfellas. See that car? I love that car. It's like, you fucking spent some of the money. You fucking piece of shit, idiot. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Dummies, man.
Yep. American Gangster.
Yeah.
Buying that big fur coat. Wearing the fur coat makes you a mark. Yeah.
Well, scene 2, Hooker seeks out Henry Gondorf, an experienced grifter and friend of Luther's. Together, they plan a long con to steal a large sum from Lonigan without him realizing it. Gondorf begins assembling a team of trusted con artists to bait Lonigan. Gondorf poses as a boisterous bookie named Shaw and joins a poker game on a train with Lonigan, who attempts to cheat using a stacked deck. Gondorf out-cheats him and wins $15,000.
Can you get a mob together after what happened to Luther? I don't think I could get more than 200-300 guys.
Is that a joke?
It's fucking awesome. It's
Right.
what it is.
I'm just clarifying that that's a joke, that indeed he's like, probably couldn't get more than 200, 300 people to actually help out on this one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's a mob. That's a mob, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be so drunk that someone had to throw me in a shower.
Yeah, same.
It's never happened, and maybe that's not something I want to wish for, but it seems kind of cool. Seems like a cool move.
If you want to get thrown into the shower, Mike, me and Sean can oblige. It's
No, but
fine.
I don't want to know what's happening until I'm like, whoa.
Oh, okay. That's
Well, we
fair.
can make that happen
Yeah,
too.
we can do that too. More mimosas?
We got plenty of fucking alcohol here. Right?
Well, I also would love piercing blue eyes like Paul Newman, but I'm
Okay.
never going to get that.
You brought it up, AJ, like Robert Redford's like, or someone brought it up, one of you guys, the Brad Pitt thing. Paul Newman is, I think, like not even George Clooney in those movies. He's just Paul Newman. This guy is the coolest motherfucker that's ever lived.
And to think that he's kind of down on his luck when he's filming this movie. Like, he's had some bombs at this point, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like from Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid is just the most charming these two have ever been. It's why I do prefer that movie still over this, like from their duo outings that they've done. But I love that it's a different kind of take on this. It's not like another, because in Butch Cassidy they already know each other, they already love each other. In this one, Redford's coming to him for help, and they're still not like buddies. It is more of a mentorship kind of thing.
And it's only because of Luther that Gondorf is having this conversation with him, that he's entertaining it.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
And just like I said, just watching actors fucking act. Paul Newman, you're watching him be the coolest motherfucker on the entire planet, but you're also watching him act his ass off. And it's just incredible. Like little subtle things just get me. Just like movements of his eyes. Like when he's like messing with the cards on the train and shit, and he's just like kind of looking up at Redford and stuff. Good God.
He is the thing. He's one of the most striking things about this movie, you know? And he's literally part of the way you put it, Sean, that malaise of an old timey movie. He is what helps like peel that layer of that back.
Yeah.
And like kind of get you involved, because once he gives that look to like Robert Redford, and he can kind of, and he's like working the cards, or having a conversation with him after he gets out of the bathtub. Those eyes, every time they hit the cameraman, like it is wild.
He even says, it's a great line. Paul Newman's like, is Lonigan after you? And Redford goes, I ain't seen notody. He goes, you never do, kid.
Yeah.
He goes, if you see him, that's it. You're done.
Yeah. And that's the other thing about it too is, I guess, walking around on set, even like it revolved around Paul Newman. Not that he like he did that, but like the girls and like people who were around, they were all drawn to Paul Newman. It's like, and like even Robert Redford was just kind of like an afterthought. Like a lot of people were, everyone was paying attention to Paul Newman, even though, again, like you say, is like he wasn't at the best point of his career necessarily when this happened. But people would not lay off of Paul Newman. I get it.
Oh yeah,
watching him.
That's how I want to look.
Yeah, you just
right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love Luther, or he says Luther said I could learn something from me. He's like, well, I already know how to drink.
Yeah.
I mean, like even like the power of his acting too. He does look brutally hungover.
Yeah,
like
chipping the ice and putting his face.
Chipping
in there.
the ice and putting like that takes effort. That's like a professional drinker's level.
I was
of
gonna say,
hungover,
man, being hungover in the 30s is a different game. Full on, dude.
There's no air conditioning anywhere.
Chip your own ice.
Well, at least you get to enjoy some Schlitz, though, because I love that's a great nod. Apparently, Schlitz was the largest beer company in the world in the 1930s.
Damn.
And so they made it a point to be like, well, this is what they'd be drinking.
Yeah.
Schlitz been around for a long time. My dad, being a brilliant graphic artist, took the Schlitz logo and made it say Schulte
Nice.
in the same logo, and it's on my wall. Probably bring it in.
It's pretty sick.
I'll probably
Yeah.
bring it in and throw it on our wall, dude. That's my prop, dude.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Probably better do
Get a
that.
Schlitz beer.
I don't need a prop because I already got mine.
You are speaking about the card trick, him doing the card trick, though. What I love about this movie is it takes the time to not make them perfect. Because we're watching Paul Newman, Gondorf, do this incredible card trick and just being so swooning and like looking at him and being like, yeah, look at me. But at the very end, he fucks up. And he goes, you do your job, I'll do mine. You know, like
It makes me wonder if it was still a part of it, though.
I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like, it makes me wonder if even that is a little bit of a con to like throw a little bit of question into Hooker's mind, so that way he has to like really be on point. You know what I mean? You just, every little aspect of this, again, each time you watch it, you pick up on other little things and you just think about things in a little bit of a different way. And that was one of the things I was like, did he do that on purpose? Just to throw the question in, just to keep the other guy sharp?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, like even just the act of conning a person, you have to know about people very, very well, you know, and like kind of predict a person's next move, you know, like
when we play the games on this show, Mike is always
Mike just knows.
I know exactly what you're gonna do.
Mike he gave us a script and we didn't even read it.
Yep.
You know, he's just there.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like you might be right. Where Newman or Gondorf is like subtly playing Hooker to make him better. You know, he just doesn't know it.
Right.
Because he knows everything. Like even this remark about the gin, like always drink gin with them. When you're drinking gin with a mark, always drink gin with them or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I didn't quite understand at first. I didn't know what he meant.
Yeah.
But did you pick up on that?
Yeah. So it's like he said whenever you're drinking with a mark, always drink gin because they can't tell when you cut it. Because he splashes some on, swishes some in his mouth, spits it out,
and then fills it with water.
Dumps a bunch of it out, and then fills it with water. Because the shit of gin will always be there.
The scent of gin never goes away.
It will never go away, even if you cut it down like to a quarter of it maybe being gin, so it's like so watered down, but the smell will always be there. I like gin.
I do too.
I'm a gin drinker, but at the same time, I totally understand what he means. I would not be sitting there shooting gin straight.
If you came in here having drunken gin like 7 days ago, I'd be like, did you just have a shot of gin?
Yeah.
You'd be like, that was 7 days ago.
But this whole train scene with Robert Shaw, I just have to say, last night we did a pool party and we watched Jaws again with the group, and to see him in that movie, which is a couple years after this, this guy may be one of the best actors that's ever lived.
Shaw.
Yeah.
His eyes when he's glaring at something and like trying, like he's so the con on this train is so perfect from Paul Newman that he knows that Robert Shaw is going to be so focused on this guy making a fool out of his game and just being a shitty person that he knows he's going to be so focused on that he's not going to pay attention to anything else. And Shaw portraying just how you can see the steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
When Paul Newman is hanging out in this card game.
Sorry I'm late, gentlemen. I was taking a crap.
Everybody wears a tie at this.
It's a gentleman's game, and and he says, "This is Mr. Lonigan. Hey, Longman."
Come on.
He goes, "Hey, it's Loneman." He goes, "It's Lonigan." He goes, he like burps.
Okay, Lombard.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's how smart Don Gondorf is that he knows if he keeps digging in, no one talks to Lonigan this way.
Yeah.
And so he
wants to get to the point where he wants to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Yes. And he knows that that's almost the only way he's going to draw him into this con is that he hates him so much.
Yeah.
Because even later on, like he still keeps digging into Lonigan. When Lonigan shows up into their shop, he's like, "Hey, better watch out for this guy. He doesn't check his money before because no one else could get Lonigan to want to be this invested in something. Other than what he does in this card game. It's fucking amazing.
I honestly thought like this was a bigger part of the movie. Like not necessarily, it felt very early and very soon, but it just felt like a bigger part.
I think it is.
Of it all. And I'm not saying it's a small part, but for some reason I felt like this was like the big con. And then they were going to have to
seems like
they were going to have to come back and undo some things. You know what I mean? Like something was going to get the better of them, and then they were going to get caught, and then they'd be like, "Well, we got to return the money now." You know, that kind of a thing. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen now because this seems like it's fucking perfect.
Yeah, you're right. A lesser movie could have been like, no, this is what they were trying to get, like
big one,
extort money out of him pretty much, and then the rest of the movie is them trying to evade him trying to kill them.
Exactly.
You know, no, the con's not done yet.
It's not even really started. Cool. This is the setup.
This is like literally the preamble.
Exactly.
And man, again, I am completely, the first time I'm watching this, completely and utterly conned by Paul Newman. Like I'm thinking, oh shit, here comes the 4 3s. He's baiting him into. He thinks he has 4 3s, so he's gonna bet, and he's got 4 9s and 4 jacks.
You owe me $15,000, pal.
I got up at a moment. I just went around to the kitchen to grab something to drink, and I came back, and they were doing the cards, and my wife said like, "Oh, that guy cheated though." I was like, "What do you mean?" And it's like, well, he's got like other cards, and I was like, God damn it! Like, so I rewound it, and I was like, oh, they talk about like I want you to stack a deck like 3s and 9s for me.
When Shaw leaves, he goes, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Take a break. Amazing.
And I'm like, okay, so he stacked the cards, and then the jacks hit, and I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah, when did that switch happen?
I was like, they think they're conning him, but he is the con man.
But that's the brilliance of this movie. Is any other movie would have showed Donegan also doing his switch.
Yeah.
This completely wants you in the dark on everything. We're getting conned as much as Lonigan's getting conned as an audience member.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
because they don't show it. The other movie would have told us that. Watch out, because he's got a trick up his sleeve too.
Yeah,
but at the same time, they're literally telling us step by step that we are being conned.
Yeah,
and what's going to happen to us? You know, like is the title cards.
The title cards.
Yeah. It's so cool.
It's brilliant, man.
It's really well done.
Well, scene 3. So Hooker then approaches Lonigan privately, pretending to be Shaw's disgruntled underling. He tells Lonigan he has a contact who can feed him race results before they're publicly released if Lonigan helps place the bets. Lonigan agrees, believing he's going to double-cross Shaw. Gondorf's crew builds a fake off-track betting parlor and sets up a system using a fake race announcer and time signals to manipulate Lonigan. They run a test bet to prove the system works, and Lonigan wins.
And I do want to say, like, even movies nowadays, if they were like this smart, they would kind of gloat about it. Like, even what makes me think of it is the ruse of the gambling thing that they set up. Well, and we'll get to that. But you know what? I'm like the race betting thing, that whole setup. Another movie would have been like, aren't we fucking clever? Aren't we so smart in doing this? They just kind of like they like let the audience just be like, settle into it. You would just watch a con happen, you know, where another movie would like clue you in on everything that's going on.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. It's like we've been here, we've done it before.
Yeah,
everybody who's a part of this, they're a part of this grifter community.
Watching it, you're almost like, wait, hang on, but no, like just let it go. Yeah.
We'll show you.
We got you. Just chill out.
It's fine. We're it's like, no, we've done this before. That's the way it kind of feels. Whereas like I think what you're saying, or what I'm picking up at least, is another movie would be like, no. So now we're going to do this. It's kind of the layout thing. It's like, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. Well, nobody's ever pulled something like this off before.
But we got the right crew.
We will.
Yeah.
That kind of a thing.
Exactly.
It's like, no, we've been here before. We've done this a million times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just renting out this warehouse because we can. And we're just going to make this happen because we can. And it's like we've got we have all the pieces ready to go. We just need to get it paid for.
And it also another movie, or like a movie nowadays, that sort of ruse, I'd be like, what the fuck ever. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But this works because they're not cramming it down your fucking throat.
Yeah.
And because they're surrounded by incredible B actors in this. Like when they find the place, they go down there, the landlord guy the guy that's kind of architecting them and showing them what could be built and telling them how much it costs. He's great. The landlord guy, I think his name is Kid Twist, is like
Kid Twist,
played by Harold Gould's going over to pay him rent, and he goes, "Now this is the last time I expect to see you down here." He goes, "Never heard of the place."
Yeah,
and he takes the money and walks away. Even Tom Spratly plays Curly Jackson. He's the guy with that brought his own suitcase and puts on the mustache.
Oh yeah.
When he's interviewing, he goes, "I don't run with riffraff, and I only drink on the weekends." He's like, that's good enough for us, man.
Sounds good. When can you start? He's like, we got suits over there. Pick out a tweet. And he's like, brought my own.
Those guys are great. And then, of course, you got Ray Walston, who played J.J. Singleton in Rad.
Yeah.
Or
That's
he's J.J. Singleton in this. He was the town guy or whatever.
Yes.
The surrounding cast doesn't have to do much, but they're so good at what they do that it just... Of course,
They
it makes
are.
me believe everything.
The landlord guy like stood out for me. Like he was like almost a lovable face. I'm like, man, like what other movies is this guy in? I need to watch more of him. You know?
Yeah, this is the moment where I'm like, okay, well, what can they do? Like, oh, you just trying to turn it into a gambling hall, or like, what are you gonna do? And then like, as they're like bringing in all those the chalkboards and all this stuff. And again, they never get up their own ass about it. They're just like, no, we build this out.
Yeah.
We're going to make this place look real legit. They do.
And they're not like, we're all such experts at this. Even Ray Walston is getting this Western Union like telegram machine. He's like, oh God, okay, I'll figure it out, I guess. And they struggle to find the right ones as this goes on. It's never just
yeah.
Got it.
Yep. It's like they're all pros, but they're all kind of doing it their way and figuring it out. Some parts you got to figure out as you go, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's all just kind of like, yeah, we'll get it done.
And so people are actively coming after Redford or Hooker and trying to kill him in some of these scenes. And one of my questions was, and I didn't really like get it, was it Lonigan doing this?
Yeah, so actually, that was a huge question I had on my first watch, and then it made sense again.
Okay.
Lonigan was the one that they ripped off in the very beginning
Yeah.
without knowing it. That was Lonigan's $11,000
Yeah.
that they stole. So Lonigan sent people out after Hooker and after Luther to kill them. But this is the world of 1937. We don't know who Luther is. We don't know who Hooker is.
Right.
We just know that someone local knows who those guys are.
So yeah, so he's already infiltrated Lonigan, but he doesn't know that he's actually the guy that ripped him off.
Correct.
He
Gotcha.
doesn't know that he's also trying to kill the guy that's infiltrating his.
So he's trying to evade a past crime.
Yes.
for Lonigan, as well as conning him actively. Yeah. Okay.
I had
Yeah.
heard somewhere along the line, maybe in the original script, Lonigan eventually does find out about that and cancels.
See, another movie would have done that.
Yes.
And I was expecting that the whole
And they
time.
didn't.
I had that in my mind. I'm like, well, if it is Lonigan, then it's probably because of that. I just want to make sure. And then, like, I was expecting it. If that was the case, then this movie to tell us, like, well, it was always you. You know, again, another movie would have done that, and this is just kind of restraining itself and not being such, drivel.
And dribbles. Well, I think that's maybe one of the best, like, just overarching, like, kind of descriptions of it. It is very reserved. It holds itself back. It doesn't give us everything. Whereas a lot of movies like this will do that because they really want to put it in your face of how smart they are when they're making a movie like this. And this is very calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
The entire way.
You're in good hands.
Yeah.
And you seem like you're not sometimes.
Correct.
Because you're like, you seem unstable, but like when things start to unfold, you're like, oh.
Well, and that's the thing is, like,
And you feel like you're figuring it out yourself. Sorry.
right. Well, yeah, like that long con is planning and knowing exactly why it's going to go wrong and planning to, like, making that part of the plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the brilliant aspect. And again, not throwing it in our face.
Yeah.
I think My Lovable Face is actually Eerie Kid, played by Jack Kehoe. He's the one that gets like his face shoved into a beer glass by Detective Snyder.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes in to interview for the job, and he's kind of holding his nose over.
Was he the mugger in the
He was part of the crew initially. Yeah, he was the mugger.
with what's his name?
Luther.
Yes, Luther.
But what's great about him is I love how in this first con they bring Lonigan and his goons in for the first time, and they're like, we got to give him a good bed, and we got to make sure this works. And how he's talking to the old guy we just talked about, Curly Jackson. I don't know what to do. He goes, for the first one, it's best to just hang out in the background. And Lonigan sits right next to him during the race, and he goes, oh, fuck. I told you should have put your money on wax statue. Oh, fucking. He gets up and runs away.
He looks at either Hooker or Gondorf, and Gondorf is like, he's like, so
It's so good, man.
Nobody's ever heard of this Blue Note before or anything like that. He's like, and he just kind of gets up to run away. He's like, no, you did great. He loves you.
And even subtle moments too, like you get that moment with Hooker evading some of these guys, and he's like on the street sweeper, like he runs away, but gets on the street street sweeper and rides away. Again, showing off some of Redford's comedic, like, physical ability. I thought that was pretty awesome.
very 1930s way
Yeah.
to do it too. This almost seems like a Three Stooges.
That's the thing, though. It's that
Buster
part
Keaton kind of
feels
thing.
like it should have been more like comedic than I took it.
Yes,
I was like, because every single time, like, he's having these run-ins, it seems like they get a little closer and a little closer and a little closer to getting him, And that was like a sigh of relief rather than like a chuckle of him going by on the thing.
I don't know. I kind of chuckled, and then later on, the guy chases him into the alley, and he can't find him. He kind of gives like a 1930s, like, "Oh shucks."
Yeah.
He kind of has like a shoulder shrug.
Yeah.
Can't find him. Oh, gee, dang it.
Yeah.
That kind of made me laugh.
Like, those are the things, like, if I watch it again, I'm going to laugh at him. But
Yeah.
the first time I was like, oh, thank God.
Did they get him? Where'd he go?
I know.
the same guy who sits next to Lonigan, not knowing. The earlier Snyder's like looking for him in that bar, and he's like sitting there. I love he's like trying to hide his face, like, oh fuck.
And then he cracks a joke and gets his face busted in. It's like, well, what are you gonna do?
By the way, Charles Durning,
Yeah.
Insane to see him again. Seeing him in this and the departure from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Crazy. Just like it took me so long, even though I knew it was him, it took me so long to like place it.
Yeah, and it's a cool character too because he's playing the asshole motherfucker guy who's coming after our
Corrupt cop.
our main guy, but he's also like connable, you know, and it's really cool to see that aspect of it, of like when he does get involved with like the faux FBI guys.
Yeah,
he's very weak and he's very submissive to them. It's cool to see someone like do that to him because he's such a fucking asshole.
Right. Yeah. It's that nice change of
power dynamic.
Power dynamic. Yeah.
Well, scene 4, when Lonigan demands to meet the Western Union contact, the team tricks a real manager into vacating his office and inserts their own man. Lonigan, satisfied, prepares to place a final large bet. Meanwhile, Lonigan's men search for Hooker in Chicago and fail to kill him. Lieutenant Snyder, a corrupt Joliet cop, tracks Hooker down to punish him for passing fake money. He detains Hooker, brings him to FBI agent Polk. That night, Hooker sleeps with Loretta, a waitress who's revealed the next morning to be a hired assassin. She's killed by a man working for Gondorf, who explains what she was sent to kill Hooker. The real hero of their crew, I feel like, is Harold Gould playing Kid Twist.
Yeah, I agree.
He's just so... I don't know what it is about him and the work he does for this crew, but he just seems like one of the best that they have in this crew. You know, he goes in and does the paint con, and then plays the Western Union guy.
It's really funny.
It's great, man. Yeah. And he plays that con really well. He does great to like be the lookout guy. I enjoy watching him act in this movie.
It's almost like he's an actor in this movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he's
acting, playing like acting.
Yes,
you know.
Yeah, like he was on stage before they recruited him to do this con. You know, and it works so well.
The big switch there, like the moment that he opens the door for Hooker and Lonigan at that Western Union place, it's like he flips a switch. He's like, "What are you doing? You can't. I've got people here painting. You know, it's like you can't be doing it here. All right, we'll go." And then he does the. When he does the thing, is like,
Sally, can you hold my calls for the rest of the afternoon?
I'm going to be out for the rest of the day, okay? I'll have to see you later. It's like, and then it's like they're both standing there.
Like, what the fuck?
Are the painters fucking with our intercom system?
Yeah, it's just such a funny thing. It's so smooth. Again, it's so smooth. It doesn't insist upon itself. It just lets the thing happen, and that's what makes it funny. That's the part that makes it fun and funny to me, is how quickly JJ, what's his name, Ray, I can't remember, but he's the other guy with the paint in the paint con.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, of course. His character's name's JJ Singleton, played by Ray Walston.
Yes,
they're great together.
Yeah, JJ also just a part of it. They just know their cues. Mm-hmm. Like I say, like they've done it 100 times.
To replace the photo, to put the photo out. Yes. Because that's what's crazy about Robert Shaw and how well he's acting, is Robert Shaw walks into that room going, "This is a con."
Yeah.
And every bit of his eyeballs are like, "Is this real? Is there a photo of his family here? Okay, fine, I believe you."
Yeah.
And they knew they had to change the fucking photo.
Yeah.
And then they knew they had to change it back so that they wouldn't have evidence of who that person was.
All for about 2 minutes of time.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, they actually they go in and they actually like paint part of the wall, and then they just fucking leave.
Well, Abe, that's part of the con. He's like, I got my office painted right now.
I got people painted right now in my office. I can't talk here. What are you talking about?
It's amazing.
It's so good. And it's so fast. And then it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out the door.
Yeah.
That's it.
Even the next part of this, too, when they bring Lonigan back in for the set, he wants another try at it. And they're like, fuck, we got to pull off another win for him.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find the odds, and they can't find the right odds. And at the last second, he's like, "No, fuck it. Let's do the too late,
right?
The too late part of it, because they were going to let him win again, and they had to at the last moment adapt to go. We don't have enough money to pay him out.
Right.
We don't have enough to give away. Let's do the last second. Okay, tell Beardy McBeards he needs to get in line before Lonigan, and then we're going to call the bet, and it's going to be, it's so quick that you don't really know this is happening.
Yeah.
But you go back the next time and you hear them say that, oh, okay. Wow, this is awesome.
And you gotta think how insane it is to be the mark, and literally everybody in this room, the room is created to con you.
Truman
Fear
Show.
Factor.
How insane is that? What's that?
Fear
I
Factor.
said Truman Show, he said Fear Factor.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me of
Or sorry, fucking not Fear Factor.
Impractical Jokers.
No, well that and what's the horror one though? Fucking. Anyway, sorry. They set him up and it's like, oh, there's an alien, but everyone's in on it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I forget what that one is.
But it's like that Nathan show on like HBO that he
It's
like
punked.
It's punked.
Yeah.
It's basically punked.
Basically punked.
So
Let's
this
go
is
with that.
it's like,
Ashton!
can we just say
Where's Ashton?
okay? All right, we got him, guys. Oh man, what the fuck?
I do love when the con ends and everybody's like, good job, everybody, and
Yeah.
it just ends. That's such a
Yeah.
cool moment.
It's just oh, shit. I forgot what I was saying.
sorry,
you were
dude.
saying
I was just gonna say like it's one of the things of like to the fact that everybody is in on it, even the people that he has no interaction with. The guy on the other side of the room is still in on it. But then again, you have the guy like Beardy who has to get up and get in front of him. It's just so brilliant, and the timing is just impeccable throughout
And
this whole thing.
More Newman too. Of like, I really buy into the character that he's playing. Like, I don't know, like seeing him from the table, like being a drunkard, and then seeing him in his place of business, not drunk, as this character that Lonigan thinks he is. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then like him coming up to him, like, you must lack losing. You know, that kind of shit. I really believe that character.
Yeah.
On top of him actually just being Gondorf and Paul Newman playing both of those things, it's the levels is just fucking insane.
It's acting inside of acting inside of acting somehow.
It's like
third layer.
what's Leo's performance in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like he's playing like 9 different characters.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
movie, you know.
the only thing that I maybe don't like about this movie is like the Loretta thing. Because it didn't con me at all from the start. Like I knew, something's weird about this Loretta girl. She doesn't act like, she doesn't make me think that she's not doing something weird. And I don't know. I didn't necessarily believe that she would be like someone that Robert Shaw would necessarily like be interested in. I know that's kind of weirdly shallow.
You mean Robert Redford?
Robert Redford, yes. Robert Redford. And then the fact that they get together and he's so infatuated with getting with her that he's not thinking about this really important thing that they're doing, to when then she turns out to be a killer. She's this notorious killer. It was just like, okay, maybe this is the one part of the movie I don't really... I want to keep up with the Lonigan con. Not this part, which doesn't actually really have anything to do. The only thing it gives us is that Gondorf is so smart that Gondorf knew that this was maybe going to happen, and he had a guy looking out for him.
He was going to put 3K on red or black, whatever it ended up being. Like he could do something like that. So Gondorf put someone out there to look after him.
Yes.
I agree with you. This doesn't really work for me, but fuck, it tricked me.
It
to
did.
all hell.
That's what I was gonna say. Like there's even a breadcrumb in there when somebody says the person it's one of the other people who gets shot or whatever. It's like, wait, Celino, and then they get shot.
Yeah.
You don't know who Celino is, and that's a great breadcrumb, because then when Robert Redford is meeting Loretta, and then she gets shot, I was shocked. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, no.
In the head, no less.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, geez, dude. And then all of a sudden, that guy shows up that you think is who would be Celino, and then he gives you the backstory.
As he runs up to him, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like after he shoots Loretta and he starts running up to Redford, I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I know. I was doing that for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't do anything.
It's like, and so I don't know. I don't know. I think it worked very well for me, even though I kind of felt that the whole time in the back of my head as well. It still worked for him.
That's my lovable face, though, is this detective guy.
He's kind of good.
I like this guy a lot. He seems like pretty cool.
He's like, yeah, I just killed someone.
Yeah, no big deal. He sent me to protect you. I'm
Well,
here.
that's what I did.
Man, this is kind of crazy, huh? Anyways, want to get a bagel?
He's kind of like the detective in Big Lebowski. That's trailing.
I'm
him
a
around.
dick.
I'm a dick, man. You're pretty good at what you do. I've been watching you. Wow, playing them against them. Oh man.
God.
Stay away from my lady friend.
Yeah, shit.
Oh yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then even like the con's coming up here later, but the FBI agent con, just completely. Any other movie would have already established that this was a fake FBI spot and Snyder's bad, and we really need to get this part of the con going with the call up the fake FBI guys. We got to get that part of it going. Nope. And we're all along for the ride going, shit. Now the FBI and Snyder are involved, and how are we going to get through this? It's pure genius.
That's the layer of like, it also could have been that Gondorf just set it up with them, knowing full well that it would have left Hooker in a position that he knew he was going to have to kind of do, like rat him out and kind of set himself up with these guys. But he knew that they were there. But then you realize Hooker was also included and involved in this part of it.
Mm-hmm.
We just weren't. Us and Snyder were
we
not.
were not, and Snyder was not.
Which
So
makes,
we are getting conned, like you've said already. We are, again, it's just this stark reminder of you're getting conned along with whoever is.
which makes sense why Hooker is like going along with it as when we eventually obviously find out. And you're like, if you rewatch or think back to this scene, why Hooker is going along with it so hard is because Snyder's right there.
Right.
He needs Snyder to know that he's like, he needs to trick Snyder basically.
Correct.
And with a script, with like writing a script too, he's like, well, you have to. How do I get Snyder in the room? Because this scene doesn't make sense if Hooker's like actually going real hard on the part. You know what I mean? So it's just really fucking smart writing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very smart.
Final scene, Lonigan arrives at the fake parlor with $500,000. He places a bet based on a phony tip, but is told too late that he bet on the wrong outcome. As he panics, Polk and his agents burst in, arrest Gondorf. When Polk allows Hooker to leave, Gondorf shoots him. Polk shoots Gondorf in response. Snyder rushes Lonigan out of the parlor, claiming he shouldn't be involved. Once Lonigan's gone, everybody gets up, alive and unharmed, revealing the entire thing was staged. The con worked. Gondorf and Hooker walk off with their share of the money. Want to know what it is, inflation?
Go for it.
Lonigan hates Shaw so much that he knows the only thing that he can do to get this guy worse than killing him is to swindle him out of $9.2 million, the equivalent. $500,000 would have been worth $9.2 million, and that is not even including the odds. That is just the equivalent of the money.
Jesus Christ.
That's the 500,000.
$500,000 is just worth $9.2 million in today's money.
So 9.2 times 4.
What was it? 4 to 5, 6, 7 to 1 odds?
It was 4 to 1 odds is what this is going to be. It was going to be a $2 million payout. So that means it would have been 37
Jesus
37
Christ.
million.
Which is also why I don't
36
think that this movie ends necessarily as happy as you think it is, because there's no way Lonigan just... There's some thought out there that Lonigan is okay with losing this money because he's just saving face. He doesn't want anyone to know that he got conned.
Yeah.
He might actually be smart enough to realize that this was a con.
Eventually.
In fact, he's gonna go back to that place in a couple weeks and it's gonna be gone. He either knows it now or will find out about it, but he doesn't want to let people know that he was conned. But otherwise, because he even says that earlier, he goes, "You see that guy over there? If he knows that I got conned, I'll have 10 guys trying to take over my business tomorrow." So the one hand of it is you think he's okay losing this money, but on the other half, you're like, it's $9.2 million.
Yeah.
You're going to do something to get this back.
There's something about this, though, that there's a lot of layers to it, because what's his name? The actual detective is
Polk.
Yep. No, not
The
Polk.
fake Polk. So Snyder.
Snyder.
Okay.
Snyder is dragging him out of there getting him out of there to make sure that he isn't involved in this, because there's 2 dead guys in there. Yes, his money is in there, but then at the same time, but you were gambling with this money that you got illegally, basically embezzled from the bank, is what we're assuming, because that's how he got it, because he's a banker. And so, yes, even if he does figure out that it is a con, then how can you go back for it? How can you go after it again? Especially if you do find out, or if he is convinced that those 2 guys are dead.
Well, he'll figure that out. If he got conned, he's like, okay, they're alive. I know what they did, because he's smart. And the true con is maybe not on his bank account, but his ego.
Yeah.
Lonigan's
I think
ego
that's
is what
where
got
it's
That's
at.
a
conned.
huge, absolutely.
Either way, he's conned.
The way this whole thing started was from Gondorf being a fucking asshole, and like obviously not being gentlemanly in gamesmanship and in poker,
Right.
And then that guy takes all your money. Fuck, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I think that's mostly what Lonigan feels is just like, I can't let this happen to me.
Yeah, FBI. I had this giant bet going, and FBI took it, and we're gonna figure it out. From
Yeah.
There you go again. Like, I totally believe that he's fucked. Like, I really do. I don't believe that there's any world that he comes back of figuring out it's a con, but it's like, well, then there's the FBI, and they're the ones who now have
And
the
then why
money.
is the
and then,
FBI
like,
not doing anything? Why was this not a big story in the newspaper? This would be a giant story in the newspaper about
Big takedown.
2 guys
out of Chicago.
2 gangsters killed in
Yeah.
a fake off-track betting. 4 at 9. Ha!
Oh, that's what he says. He says we don't want the heat of like a high mark like this.
Yeah.
They're
But
playing
then
it that
he's
they know
watching
it's
the
a
news
con.
going, oh my God, nothing's on the news.
Well, they want to keep it under wraps. That's what he said.
No, the
Polk
FBI
said
doesn't
that.
want to keep this under wraps.
That's what Polk said.
Really?
Yeah, Polk said that to Snyder.
Okay.
He's like, we know who the mark is. He's a high value mark
right.
in the banking industry.
Well, they want to be like, we don't know who he is, but
Yeah.
somebody got swindled out of some money.
Yeah, we got to
get him out of here.
Wipe this under the rug, and that's what they want to do. That's how they're playing it up, anyways. I don't know. Like I say, the layers are there, man.
I'm
It's a lot.
completely conned in this though. Like I thought they all double crossed each other and got
Same,
killed.
yeah.
And then they got like what?
Well, yeah. I mean, when he had the meeting with Polk or whatever, and he was, basically told he has to turn his back on Gondorf. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then like when they come in, I'm like, and he looks at Gondorf. I'm like, God damn it.
That was the moment that I figured it out just before.
Yeah.
And I think it was before they got shot. I think it was just before they shot each other or whatever, or like everyone got shot. It was just before that, and I was like, no, the FBI's in on it too. Oh! And I was like excited for myself because it was like figuring out a bit of a mystery. I was so excited to kind of have it pinned, and then they get up. And I was like, this is great.
It's because
it's just another layer, man.
I figured it out because they weren't cutting to any of our like other guys.
Showing their reaction.
Showing their reaction like, fuck, like what happened,
Are we still getting paid? What happened?
Yeah, exactly. But also like being a fan of Butch Cassidy Sundance Kid, that ends very dark and very cold. And so when this happens, I'm like, well, I wouldn't put it past George Roy Hill to do something very cold and like get rid of these 2 actors again in another movie like this. But like I like how he turned it on his own kind of brand almost.
The thing I don't like most of is that Hooker just has no really arc in this, and the fact that he's like, don't even give me the share of $1 million. I'd probably just blow it. Like, no, you take the money and then you blow it.
And
like,
then you get out of town because you don't have any other choice.
he's still being chased, by the way.
Yeah.
By Lonigan's men.
Yeah.
Lonigan's men still are looking for the guy that double crossed him.
That's a good point.
So the fact that he's not even willing to try to not blow the money is just like, Maybe we're different people.
Maybe we're different people.
But I would take that money and I would blow it and be like,
Yeah.
well, we did it.
Well,
That's like winning the lottery and somebody being like, you know,
I just wanted to win.
I'd probably just like spend it on stupid stuff. So you know what? Just don't give it to me.
Next time you drive. Yeah.
You beat him. You're right. It's not enough. It's pretty damn close.
It's pretty damn close. Yeah.
Good last line, but yeah, I do kind of agree with you, Mike, that it does it ends very well. It just isn't all too satisfying for me.
Yeah.
Everything
Like something
leading up to
else.
the ending was satisfying.
Yeah.
But then them just being like, we did it.
Yeah.
Good on you, kid. See
All
you
right.
later.
See ya.
I
The
mean,
end.
it sticks along though with the theme that we were so excited or we're so happy with though. In the idea of like it never got up its own ass
Sure.
about what they were doing.
Okay.
And they literally say, "That's it, guys. Tear this thing down as quick as we can. Pick up your share at Beaumont's tonight."
See you there.
And it's just like,
They could have at
That's
least
it?
gone to the Bellagio fountain and not said
Yeah.
anything.
see,
True.
it? There's
Sort of like the
nothing
Ocean's
about it.
ending, though. Them not saying anything in Oceans was them going,
yeah.
That's right. I mean, it's so I get why you might not like it, but at the same time, it's in perfect step with how this entire movie went.
That's a good point.
So, yeah.
If we were on a train to go punch a face, I'm on board.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got two. The first gangster guy, Matola, the one that gets conned, it's pretty punchable. But man, Floyd's face is out of control, guys.
Floyd
is the number one. Is Lonigan's number
Oh,
one?
yes.
I literally said the face is out of control, and you didn't know who I was talking about in this movie.
I wanted to make sure.
That guy's got just an intense face, and he, by the way, he was great in this movie.
Yeah.
The fact that he would just sit there and just stare at him and never break character, and amazing. But man, I don't know if he deserves another punch because he clearly got punched quite a bit.
Oh, he needed to be. And like
Maybe we could fix him somehow by punching him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Rearrange. some
Yeah.
stuff.
This is just verifying again. This is the one who stacked the deck.
Yes.
He
I
stacked
swear
it.
I stacked the deck.
I stacked the deck. I had 3s and 9s, and it's just like that guy sitting behind him the whole time is definitely the one that I want to punch.
There
Yes.
you go.
Holy shit, I'm having crazy deja vu right now. Like of us just saying this exact conversation. I'm pretty sure it's because we did Rounders. Like we had that. We just said
Yeah, we said a guy in the background was
exactly
punchable.
in lockstep with weird. Anyway, I'm gonna
Fuck,
punch.
here come the agents.
Oh my god. We figured this out. Loretta.
Good call.
Yeah.
Cut the hard line.
Ooh, here's a prop.
I got to get that the fake photo that they put in the Western Union office, the photo frame of Kid Erie's family or whatever, the fake one. That
Kid Twist.
Kid
family?
Twist. I think we got to put that on our table.
Yeah, that's important.
I think that's a good prop to have.
Yes.
I want Hooker's suit that everyone says, "Wait, you going to a wedding?"
You look good in that, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh man, I want, you know, I want the tie that they give Gondor.
That he blows his nose with.
That's what I want.
They make such a big deal about a tie, and he blows his nose on it. Also, there's a great idea for a porn name. You call it the Schwing. You make it Austin Powers themed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? The Schwing.
The swing.
Yeah. A heist kind of thing, but
Well,
Austin Powers style.
The swing. I mean, that would also be like Wayne's World style.
Oh, you could do that too.
Yeah.
Don't they both swing?
I think they all swing. Well, one swings and one swings.
There's a giant fruit fly that I think when you moved those boxes, I think they were living in there because this guy's
revealed.
been all over today.
This is great.
Well, we've dissected the movie with a modern eye. Time to give it a modern day rating. AJ, time to talk to you first. What did you think about this? First time watching it.
It like took me a minute to warm up to the movie, but once it started getting rolling, I think maybe once it got to Paul Newman really getting involved is when it really took off for me. And then watching it again, I just kind of found myself wanting to keep rewatching the movie to find more things to pick up on. Just the same way, like, I want to watch, like, the Ocean's movies. The same way I want to watch, like, The Thing even. There's a lot of different things going on, and I want to be a part of every one of them. And they kind of, again, they don't make you feel stupid by saying, like, no one's ever pulled it off this magnitude, but we got the right guys.
Yeah.
We just need one more. Are you in? And that's the whole thing. It's not about making you feel like you're the missing piece of their team. It's about, we are the team, and we have done this for years, and we know how to do this. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And I really, really enjoy that. I think there's just something very comforting about this storyline. And normally, think like what you guys are saying earlier, normally, like, something like this it just wraps up too nice and neat. And it's like, you know what? But that's the whole point, because just the same way it's about Lonigan's ego, it was about getting back for Luther, not about getting the money.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's why it ties up so nicely and why it feels so good. I really enjoyed the movie. I will rewatch it. I will go ahead and give this an 8.6.
8.6. Sean, what about you?
Yeah, I definitely really enjoyed this. Coming out of Make You Cry July, we've been blessed with a few movies coming out of there. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this. I loved not being spoon-fed anything. I loved being able to figure this out by myself and have a good time along the way. Just watching people movie stars act in a movie. There's nothing like it. And Paul Newman and Robert Redford are fucking movie stars. And George Roy Hill's direction's incredible. I think the script's very smart. However, I wish we did get more of a buddy movie like in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I kind of wanted to see Robert Redford and Paul Newman together more in this movie as their characters.
That's a very good point.
But solid movie. So glad we watched this. 8.1.
Yeah, this is what this podcast is all about, man, is like being able to be... When this whole thing ends, I'll be able to be like, all of these movies I had never seen before and I maybe never would have watched until this podcast came along. And this is one of those movies where I'm just like, wow, how did I not watch this or know about it? And my wife famously will sometimes, like, she'll go, what's your movie for tonight? And I'll go, that's this. And she'll go, I'll watch it with you. And within 5 minutes, phone comes out. Within 10 minutes, we're falling asleep or heading to the bedroom. This one, she was enthralled by.
Nice.
Just enthralled. And we both freaking loved it, man. I think it's an 8.4 for me.
Nice.
Let's go see what Michael Giuliano has to say. As the years have passed, this has remained a sleeper favorite of mine. It's not one that my mind immediately jumps to when thinking of my top movies, but as soon as I have a minute to think, I remember, oh yeah, that's a really great movie. How could I forget? This movie really does have a lot going for it. If you want to use a comic book comparison, this movie isn't the golden age of Hollywood. It's more like the silver age, when plots started to get more depth, effects started to get flashier, and let's be real, actors were becoming a little more handsome. This film helped create the formula for movies like Ocean's 11, Now You See Me, and basically any other heist-type movie that has a huge ensemble cast and a big twist ending. But enough sermonizing, let's talk about the movie. The main trio of Redford, Newman, and Shaw all shine here. Robert Shaw manages to be even more menacing in a sweater vest, a limp, and an authentic Irish accent than he is with a loud mouth and scar-covered body and jaws. He doesn't eat 50 eggs, but Newman seemingly pulls off miracle after miracle in the film, whether it's going from fall-down drunk to blazing fury in a split second, or just his perfect deadpan delivery of some great quotable lines. Also, not sure how you phrase it, but I just really like his voice in the movie. And Robert Redford's charisma carries the rest of the film with effortless charm, and now I kind of understand where my grandma's crush on him comes from. Little things. The costume and set design is ridiculously good. All deserved all the awards it got. The character of Luther is played by Robert Earl Jones, a.k.a. the father of James Earl Jones, and once you know that, you can't help but hear how similar their voices sound.
100%.
Much like Oh Brother, the music being of the time period just works for this movie. Like, would I ever ordinarily listen to old-timey bluegrass, or in this case, ragtime music? Hell no. Oh wait, it's the Sting. Why didn't you say so? Put that pineapple rag on repeat. And I know we mentioned it last time with John Voight and Anaconda, but I'd like to officially nominate Harold Gould for the Medal of Merit. Sorry, he scratched that out for the "This isn't acting. You actually do this for a living" Confusey Award. He appears like they literally got a con man off the street to just play the role.
Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely.
Every time he's on screen, I think he was just pulled out of a time machine in the 1930s where he was working as a grifter, and he went on to play that character in every other movie. So while I don't know if this is still in my top 5 all time, it still deserves a place of honor. There are definitely bits where it drags, but it quickly picks back up and gets exciting. It's just a great, solid film with an amazing script, stellar performances, surprise twists, and catchy as hell music. My modern day rating is a 9.
Nice.
Wow.
Fellas, that takes us up to an 8.53 as a group. If you want to look at that, where we're sitting, an 8.53 is going to land this tied in the 28th spot with Back to the Future 2, Home Alone, and Jurassic Park is
Some
where
good
we feel
stuff.
about this.
Wow.
That is some good stuff.
Yeah.
It deserves it. It's a movie that I think anybody out there should definitely check out. So we hope you enjoyed the episode. Summer of 70s is rolling along. We are going to do Star Wars, A New Hope, followed by The Jerk. Hope you'll tune in for that. And if you're new to the podcast, go back this time last year. Necessary Roughness.
Hey, that was a fun one.
Getting ready for football,
Yeah.
Let's get football. Let's go.
Football.
Football, yeah.
Football season.
Thanks to Brian on to the controls at Upload Media Group here in Cedar Rapids. Check them out at uploadmediagroup.com. Learn more about our network, Cloud 10, at cloud10.fm. That is it for us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks again for listening, guys. We really appreciate it. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube here in the studio, hanging out with us live and in person in the studs. Check us out on social media. Search for Confused Breakfast at Confused Breakfast anywhere on social media. And please leave us a review. 5 stars on any platform that you're listening on. Write us a comment on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts. Write us a review. We love to read them.
Go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the merch that we have. You can see the shirts. We have new shirts up there. It's awesome. I believe it. You can go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the ratings of the movies that we have covered. You can see AJ's ratings. You can see Mike's ratings. And you can see my ratings and the show's ratings overall. Goodbye. I love you.
Thanks to Brian on the controls here at Upload Media Group. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com and learn more about our network, Cloud 10, at cloud10.fm. We love you so much. Go on to the next video.